Yeah, I'm a big boy now.
Shut up, Bell.
Yeah, I think I'm a big boy now.
I think you're a big boy now too. Real proud of you, big boy.
I just want to thank the Cleveland Rocks fans for being here as I grew up.
Yeah, you've been gifted a new version of Adobe Premiere Pro.
Yes.
You have been editing previously on a version that is, I'm going to say 8 years old.
Yeah, 2017 Premiere.
Yeah.
I've been editing on a pirated version. I did not pirate it. Somebody else did. I won't throw them under the bus.
You were just gifted a pirated version.
If they want to offer me a plea deal, I will definitely throw them under the bus.
That's not illegal. None of that is illegal. It's not illegal to receive a stolen good.
I need the government or Adobe specifically to know that I am too stupid to know how to pirate things. I haven't done that since LimeWire.
Yeah.
When I was ripping
and even then, you thought you were getting
Simpsons
CDs.
and Family Guy songs.
You thought you were getting CDs, but it was just actually, viruses and pornography.
Yeah.
LimeWire could maybe come back. A lot of people
Wasn't
are really
it supposed to?
A lot of people are really mad at Spotify right now. I think LimeWire could make a return and be like,
LimeWire was supposed to. They were like rebranding. It wasn't all that long ago. I read some articles about them rebranding. They obviously weren't going to offer the same services.
hey, we're just going to try it again.
But I think somebody brought.
I think it's good. There's no rules now, right? I think we're cool.
That'd be great if Trump was like, we're bringing back LimeWire.
I think that's one of the. If you
Streaming is out of control. You can download videos.
The Swedish, they're making Spotify, and then all of a sudden they have AI missiles. That's not right. That's not right.
Listen, I want you guys to appreciate that it's taken us until this episode to do a Trump impression.
It's gotten us. This is 39 episodes, I believe. Or
we
38.
held out a really long time.
Yeah, but now we're breaking it out. Comedy's legal again, is what I've been told.
Yes,
yeah. I'm fully broken, so now I'm finally doing a Trump impression on the podcast.
Welcome to Cleveland Rocks, guys.
Hell yeah.
America's only Happy Gilmore 2 podcast.
We're going to get right into it. Okay, the Jackass guy being Eminem, a little weird. Did you watch Happy Gilmore 2?
I did
not.
Last weekend, I actually watched both because I hadn't seen the original Happy Gilmore in a while.
Sure.
Can I just say, and I know this is not why you guys tuned in, but I've been hearing a lot of ridiculous takes on Happy Gilmore. I like from podcasts in the last week.
Ridiculous how?
People are like, the original one guy was like, I actually like the second one more. The original Happy Gilmore's bad. It's a bad movie. And then there was another guy that's like, Happy Gilmore 2's bad. Original Happy Gilmore also bad. If you don't like the original Happy Gilmore, you can suck my ass, dude. Get out of here. You just don't like Adam Sandler movies, then.
Right.
That is classic. I know it's supposed to be stupid and zany, but it works.
Yeah.
It is. It's perfectly that.
Did the second one meet that same expectation?
The second one is, I'm sure maybe you've seen something about it.
I'm familiar with what I know about it.
It's a cameo
It's
fest.
just cameos galore.
But it's it's to the point where it's like cartoonishly fun.
Right.
That, here's like Bobon, or here's Bad Bunny, or here is, like, they even had like little, like very tiny Easter eggs of like people that Sandler has worked with.
Right.
Or there was like Kelsey Plum from the WNBA and then like the
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. Oh my God. He had a huge role.
Right.
And then of course, like every golfer imaginable except for Tiger.
Tiger Woods isn't in it.
No Tiger Woods. They had a bust of Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods does exist in the Happy Gilmore universe.
But Tiger was driving to set and he got an accident. And that's not funny anymore.
Tiger Woods must be one of those guys who was out there being like, yeah, the original Happy Gilmore was not that good. So fuck you, Tiger Woods.
Well, in terms of like zany physical comedy, we kind of got some of that here today.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised.
Drew came with it.
We're talking about season 3, still on season 3, but we're really, really getting near the end. I did the math. There's 3 more episodes of this podcast. So there's 6 more episodes we have to get through.
Yeah.
After including these. So we're almost there. We're near the end. It's felt very long this season.
Yeah. I think we did take a little break.
We
in
took
there,
we took
right?
a month off, which or not. Well, yeah, we took a month off, but it was one
Basically,
episode.
it was just
missed-
one. We missed
yeah.
one rotation. Then we also did one. We did it. We've done a couple.
one
episode.
So maybe
this
that's
season.
why it doesn't seem like it's going as fast.
But it's the same amount of episodes.
Yeah. No.
No.
28.
20. Oh, this is 28.
This is 28 episodes.
And the last one was 22. 22.
Yeah. 23,
Damn.
22, something like that. So
Okay,
it is
so it is
literally
longer.
longer.
I mean, it's
But-
literally longer, and even though we're doing 2 eps at a time,
Yeah.
it does
It
take
takes
it
its
takes a
time.
while
Yeah.
if we're putting one out every 2 weeks.
Yeah. But anyway, we got
Thanks for
season
sticking
3.
along for the ride.
Thank you, guys. It's season 3, episode 23, The Rebound, where we finally pick up again on Drew's sort of dating woes. Both of these episodes very Drew dating centric.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprising.
Well,
Yeah, maybe not. It's kind of like the thrust now of the rest of the season.
Now that he's on the heels of this big breakup with
Yeah.
Nikki.
And now that the sexual harassment lawsuit's been resolved,
Yeah.
this is sort of all we
Drew's
have.
back on the dating market, but he seems to have lost all his way.
Right. All
The
of his
charming.
Yes.
What had the Riz Master is gone.
Yeah. He's lost the Riz.
What happened?
I mean, I think he wasn't expecting it. We saw it. We saw it how it all went down with Nikki.
Is that what happens on like when you get engaged and it falls through? You just lose all of your game.
Seems to be the case. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. ASMR beer.
Yeah.
And if you know one thing about this podcast, it's we're going to drink some beers and we're going to give you some sound effects.
This episode's brought to you by beer. Drink it.
So we start the app with Drew kind of hanging out with a repair lady. I like the idea of a repairman that's not a man. I like
Yes.
women can
But
be
they kept
handsy.
calling her the handyman.
Yeah, they kept calling her the handyman.
We
but
haven't
she's-
we haven't even considered the fact that it could be a handy woman now.
Cleveland in the 90s had no concept of a woman that could fix things.
Am I being stupid? Like I know handyman is a job.
Yeah.
But like we would definitely call them a handy woman today, probably, right? There'd be like, I don't know, people with green hair and dirty legs in the street yelling about that. No,
Probably. I don't know. She's a woman who fixes things with her hands.
Right.
And she's fixing Drew's dryer. And she's like, do you know this is a dryer? Because it turns out there's a bunch of cheese in his lint trap.
to be fair to Drew, it is in his kitchen.
Right. And also, I will say, we find out why, but at any point, I was like, yeah, Drew Carey could just be carrying around string cheese.
Yeah.
There's no reason to assume he wouldn't be drying
That he-
cheese in his pocket.
That he wouldn't have a pocket cheese
Yeah.
ready to go.
You got to have that pocket cheese on the go.
Yeah, it's a little snack.
Pull it out.
Cheese is definitely his pick-me-up snack.
Oh, 1,000%.
Some people snack on, I don't know, fucking almonds.
Do they make like a version of spray cheese that you can just kind of carry around like a
Yeah, like the little things of WD-40.
Yeah, or I was gonna say like a
an
bottle of
aerosol spray.
Fireball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like a little pick me up. Yeah, I think Drew would have one of those if they did.
Yeah.
They shouldn't
But-
be running that through the dryer though, for sure.
She's there to fix a few things, apparently, we learned. That was the other thing with this handy woman, handy man, whatever. What was her name? Sharon?
Sharon,
I'll just call her Sharon. Sharon.
I'll call her by her name.
We're on a first name basis. Sharon, the handyman, she was here to fix a lot of things. Like, I didn't realize that, like, I feel like I've never had to call one of these people,
No.
like a repair person.
Yeah.
But I feel like in instances where I know that people have, they come to fix specific things. You got the person for the fridge. We did have one we had to call, and they only fixed the oven. Like that, they are the oven person.
Right.
Sharon seems like she can do it all.
Jack of all trades.
She's there because what we come to find out is that Drew and the gang got drunk the night before.
They had a little celebration.
They were celebrating that Drew finally finished his last payment on his engagement ring to Nikki.
that is no longer in use.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's fully paid off an engagement ring that's not being used.
So they got drunk to celebrate it, and they
they
broke
just-
a bunch of his stuff.
Everything. They broke everything. He's explaining like, the oven's got some stuff, or the reason, I guess, so he says that they had cheese in the dryer because they wanted to make a pizza, but they couldn't use the oven because the oven had something in it, and it just goes on and on. It's like a list of different things that were not supposed to be in other places that they just fucked up.
And the VCR inevitably ended up being the last thing that they brought up.
And
that
Drew
was
didn't even
also
realize.
broken.
The gang comes in while Sharon's there fixing everything. And Kate's like, oh, man, is she here to fix the VCR too? And Drew's like, what's wrong with the VCR? She says, oh, nothing. They're just, I think it's just really good friends with the dryer.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's upset. But yeah, no, they all come in and they're recounting the night. And it seems like it was a little crazy. Like Kate thinks at one point that she's cheating on Oswald, but then she just realizes it is Oswald.
Yeah.
Lewis at one point was wrestling Speedy in the backyard. He thought it was a grizzly bear.
And he was protecting the house.
Yeah, he was doing his best.
Yeah. And but then the theme of this, as they're all kind of recounting this, they, especially Oswald, is keep pushing. It's Oswald and Lewis, maybe. I think Oswald the most, because Kate is anti it. Kate once recognizes that Drew just got off the heels of this engagement, but Oswald is pushing that Sharon, the handyman, is cute.
Yeah.
And you should ask her out.
Maybe it's time for Drew to put himself back in the game.
Yeah. Why don't you hit on the handyman?
Yeah. And, Drew's uncertain, I think, at best about it.
And Kate's like, give him space. He just got out of this. What are we pushing this on?
If there's one thing we've learned, it's maybe we should trust a woman's intuition on things. But no, so Drew, it sort of ends with them fucking off, and him and Sharon have a moment where, they're like, it's kind of like anti-flirting, I would say.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I just want you to know I'm not hitting on you. Oh, I wouldn't want you to hit on me,
Yeah, I couldn't really tell
what the vibe was.
If she was into it or not. She was giving me mixed signals there. Drew was clearly,
I think he's wading in the water. He's trying to get the temperature.
I think he's a little nervous to get back out there, it seems. That's the theme. It seems over these two episodes.
Yeah, is that Drew is trying to kind of re-navigate his dating life.
Yeah, and he's a little weary of it.
Yeah.
But we kind of end there where they like had not like a will they won't they, but they were like a little flirtatious, and that was kind of it, you know. Well, we don't know if we'll ever see her again.
Right. Except we do, because of course it's a sitcom.
Yeah.
This is the theme of, I think, this entire podcast.
It's
we don't know what's going to happen, but we know it's.
But we know it's. Yeah.
We go into the office in the next scene after the titles, and Wick is confronting Drew about putting up engagement ring for sale signs.
Yeah, he was putting out. That's crazy. He was putting out flyers.
I couldn't imagine having an engagement ring and then like Wick's point is like, you're basically advertising I'm a giant loser.
Yeah, the person left me.
I gotta respect to Mr. Wick here, because that is kind of the energy that Drew's giving. I'm sure he wants to, get his money back. I'm sure he could pawn it and get a good amount of money back.
Definitely.
So why do we need to advertise to our coworkers that that engagement we had been talking about is no longer happening?
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, Wick then offers to buy it real quick.
Yeah, I did think this was interesting. So Wick kind of shit on him, but he was like, I will buy it, but just for the weekend. You know, his idea. The theme of a B plot of these two episodes too is Mr. Wick fucks a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Nigel's getting it wet. Nigel's going crazy.
Which was never the energy I got from him. I knew he was a little freak, but I didn't expect him to be out here trying to.
I think now that he's had the lawsuit dropped, the chains are off.
He's liberated.
Yes, we have a reborn Nigel Wick.
But he was going to buy the ring from Drew just for the weekend, just to make a girl, and he was going to
convince
get it back
a woman
from
to have a one night stand with him.
Yeah,
and Drew's like, I don't want you doing that, and he's like, well, I hope you're happy, because now a woman's going to have sex with me, and she's not even going to get anything.
Yeah, it's going to be meaningless.
It's going to be meaningless. We get Mimi here as well, taunting Drew over the fact that Nikki is no longer in his life.
Big surprise.
And Drew gets all sad, and he's like, oh, it's not fair because you have just so many admirers in your life. I mean, look at your desk. You got flowers. I knew where it was going.
Drew playing chess.
Drew, Mimi playing checkers. Drew playing chess.
So Mimi goes over and smells the flowers. Drew points out and then pulls her head up and stuck right to her nose.
He super glued the damn flowers.
Super glued the flowers.
My man. We haven't had a lot of pranks like this.
Not like goofy physical slapstick stuff like that. No.
So it's nice to see a return.
Yes.
It also makes me think he can't be that depressed.
Yeah.
If he's got the energy to super glue flowers.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's the thing, that whenever you're at your lowest, they say you got to keep up your usual routines, right? You still got to remember to shower, to eat, and
in
to
Drew's
prank,
case.
and to prank Mimi.
Yeah.
You can't just let that fall by the wayside.
It's a staple of his life.
You're going to lose part of yourself. So, Mimi has flowers stuck to her face.
Yeah.
And she
right on
storms
the
away.
nose.
Lewis, Oswald, and Kate come by for lunch.
Yeah, they're asking him out. But Drew's uninterested, actually, because he has called this handyman, Sharon is back. He needs his office chair fixed, he says.
Yeah.
It's a miracle that chair hasn't just completely collapsed at a point, right?
Right. That's a sturdy-looking chair, though.
Yeah.
I will say, that's like, they used to build furniture different back then. Today, that chair would be broken. But back then, that was like a sturdy piece of wood. Yes.
Yeah. It was an American-made chair.
Yeah.
But did you ever have when we lived together? You were very obsessive about our kitchen chairs that also served for a long time as your office chair.
Yes.
None of those have ever broken, though.
No, not like completely. They've definitely jarred loose.
Sure. The legs kind of split out a little bit.
Yeah. And for those of you at home, it's not always the furniture's fault. That's all I'll say. What I came to learn over the years. And I would glue these chairs back together.
I was going to say, you had such an intricate repair system. You had bungee cords and super glue.
Syringes that I put glue in the cracks. What I came to learn is it's not the chair's fault. It wasn't any was it Laura Davidson?
It was Laura Davidson furniture.
Laura Davidson, I'm sorry if I ever besmirched her name. It wasn't your fault. Sometimes it's the floor. You got to look at the floor of your home.
Uneven flooring.
We have these uneven, rickety-ass New York apartment floors.
Manhattan's built on mountains, my guy. You know what I mean? That's what I understand. We're it's all different trajectories.
But if you have a ball on that floor, it rolls around. It doesn't know where to go. It kind of rolls into the center there. So what I've come to learn is, I'm obsessive about repairing these chairs. Mm-hmm. It was just the floor's fucked up. Yeah. But they've held up.
Yeah,
and I haven't glued them in a year at least.
Yeah, I also don't live there, so I wonder if that helps now.
Maybe.
I think we were some big boys putting some big weight on that chair.
Yeah, but I'm still throwing my weight in there.
Yeah, but you're also not working on them anymore. You got your own office chair.
True.
Yeah. There was a while I would just come out and you work overnight shifts, and I would just come out and you're working just sitting in the office chair, which is the kitchen chair, just chilling. It was a vibe. It was a moment.
Those were the days, guys. You were there.
Were they?
When I was working from the kitchen during lockdown. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so Drew wants this office chair replaced or repaired, excuse me.
Yeah.
And, Kate kind of calls him out immediately, being like, first of all, she works at the office. She knows they got an office repairman. The office repairman comes by and is like, hey, Drew, you need anything? I'm not doing anything. I can just stay around in case you need something fixed.
Drew was basically like, fuck off, Jimmy.
Get out of here, Jimmy. God damn it. So, and she's like, listen, I know why you're calling her back.
Yeah.
You're interested in this woman, but I'm just telling you, I don't think emotionally you're there yet, and I don't want you to get too involved and get hurt ultimately.
But Drew's already waving her off.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm all right.
You don't know my life.
You don't know me.
You don't know me, woman that has literally known me since I was 5 years old.
That I am obsessed with. That he would drop everything for in a second. But anyway, she comes in, Sharon.
Yes.
And she starts taking a look at the chair, and immediately Drew's hitting on her a little bit.
Yeah.
And she picks it up right away, and she's about to say, hey, look, buddy. And Drew stops her right there, and he's like, no. I don't want to go out. This isn't about a date. Can we be friends?
Mm-hmm. Drew came in with a plan. He was like, I'm going to get a friend date.
Yes,
I'm gonna
Drew's
do the
gonna
friend date and
zone
work my way
himself
exactly to
and
get
try
there.
to work his way out of the friend zone.
Yes. You know how they say, the Rubicon, the point of no return. You always want to go to the Rubicon first and then work your way out.
Yes, that's the way to do it.
That was Drew's strategy here. Yeah, and she takes it in the funniest way possible. She's like, "Oh wait, I think I understand. I've always wanted a gay friend, so this would work fantastic." And Drew's like, no.
Drew's like, I'm not in that kind of shape.
I took it too far. Oh yeah, no, I'm not in the kind of shape. I don't know. I don't want to speak on behalf of a community I'm not in, but I think Drew might be in a type of shape for.
There are varying shapes.
Yeah.
That is a stereotype,
Yeah,
Drew.
that's a dirty stereotype.
Yes.
All these bears writing into ABC. How dare you?
Don't erase me.
I work really hard on this physique. But yeah, so he gets the friend date.
Yes.
It's a miracle. And where is the friend date? Of course, it's back at his house where she's going to repair more shit, but she's also going to hang out with them.
Yeah, I do like that. So the next day, they're hanging out, the whole gang. Lewis is, even Pinky's there. Lewis is with Pinky.
Oh, it's date night, baby.
It's date night, and
it's
Oswald
also-
and Kate, and now Sharon is there. But she's also just like fixing things.
Yeah, it's also Easter.
Yeah.
We just I like how they we've said this before, they just treat season, suddenly it's like, boom, fuck you, it's Easter. Like, that's just the vibe of
It's a reminder,
the show.
this is the point of the year we're at, in case you were like lost.
And how, dear listener, do we know it's Easter? We know it's Easter because they're dyeing and painting Easter eggs for the local church.
Yeah.
For the local church,
Which
remember
also,
the egg drive at the church when they're like, oh, we need Easter eggs.
Also, maybe this is just like being ignorant, but I'm just like, who? Because they were talking about, we need to finish these Easter eggs for the church so that the kids have eggs to put in their baskets.
Right.
What fucking kids were getting real eggs to put in their baskets?
Right. The whole thing was it's
You get plastic eggs with jelly beans or coins.
Or other candy
Olives.
or some shit. You got olives in an Easter egg?
No, but Belle always tells me a story that, her family, who was not Catholic, they
I was
were
going to say, you have a Jewish girlfriend who has an Easter egg story.
They were Jewish, but as kids, her and her sisters always wanted to have an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
And she said her parents gave in and they were like, okay, we'll do an Easter egg hunt. Instead of filling it with like candy and money, they put olives and like cheese and like just nasty shit in there.
You know what that is? That's her parents woke up and were like, fuck, we forgot to get the shit.
What's in the fridge?
Get that charcuterie. Quick. Fuck. Yeah, can we get the cracker in? God damn it. I don't know. Yeah, that's funny. Wow. No, I've never had an olive in an Easter egg.
I haven't either.
That's incredible.
Every time I hear of an Easter egg hunt now, I'm like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
If you just want to shut your kids up about an Easter egg hunt.
You pick them up with your pinky out. That's how you get it.
Yeah.
That's very funny. But yeah, no, they're dyeing Easter eggs. There's a very funny visual gag here where Oswald makes awooga eyes, basically. He just paints the bottom of the egg and holds it up to his eyes, and it's just like, look at my wife or fiance or whatever it is. It's good.
And then Pinky is there also painting the eggs, and Lewis asks her, what is that drug they're testing you on again? Because as we remember, Pinky is just, her job is
Test
like
subject.
Basically hamster, like human hamster.
She's an experiment.
Or mouse.
Her whole life is an experiment.
They just drug codes test different drugs on her, and this time it's the one where the side effects are like
her
a loss
perception.
of depth perception
is just completely fucked. So she's like slamming eggs into Lewis's forehead, thinking that she's showing him something. She's unable to pour booze into her mouth.
Yeah,
it's God. I love what they've done with this character.
Yeah,
I really do respect Pinky. I thought it was going to be like very one note, but the idea that we can just expand it to they're fucking with all different kinds of parts of her life.
Yes.
She's not just a cat lady, it's very fun. And Sharon is there, meanwhile, also painting the eggs, I guess, but she's, like repairing a banister for Drew. And Drew asks her to open a jar of pickles and say that he did it. Like different strong things that she can do for him.
So the gang leaves, I guess, to take the eggs. I don't remember why they left.
Well, they're dropping them off at the church.
Yeah. And at this point, Sharon sticks around, and Sharon, after fixing the banister, decides to confide in Drew. She sits him down on the couch and she's like, hey, do I put guys off? I have like a date, and all these guys tell me, oh, I got to work late. I got to cancel. And Drew's
It's literally that night after this, she's supposed to go on a date.
she was supposed to go on a date.
Romantic date.
Yes.
Not whatever the fuck this is with Drew.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, and the guy said he has to work late. And Drew kind of, gives her sort of a bit of confidence. He's like, oh, I've had to work late before too. I get it. It's, I don't. He gasses her up. He's like,
he's also, you're
You're
beautiful.
beautiful.
Cute,
I don't know
your
why
hair's
somebody
nice.
wouldn't be into you. And she's really responsive to it. And then Drew, just takes the moment and he's like, hey, you know what? Me and you, we're having a good time here. Let's dance.
Let's just hang out tonight. And he goes and he turns on
His
stereo, and there's swing music queued up. And he starts dancing around,
jamming out
by himself. Then he gets her to stand up and start dancing to swing music with him.
And it's like a really nice moment.
It's a nice little moment. And then she gets a page.
Yes. This is, by the way, you know how they always say, like, you shouldn't put, like, technology into... It felt so dated immediately. And she's like, oh, I'm getting buzzed on my pager. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. What time and date did I just get transported to?
Right.
Who's the president? Like, crazy. She's got
this
a
show
message.
does nothing else to date itself.
No, it's pretty true. It's just the pager. It's definitely not everything else that they do.
Everything else that they say.
It's not the jokes and the looks and the not everything. No.
But you're totally right. The pager did it does take you out of it. You're like, oh, okay, here's like a period piece.
I gotta go respond on my fax machine.
Yes.
Give me a minute. But anyway, she gets a buzz on her pager, and it's the guy who was supposed to go on the date that canceled because he had to work late.
Yeah.
He gets off work early. And now Sharon has this renewed confidence thanks to Drew.
Yeah.
She's like, thanks, buddy. And gives him a pat on the back.
Thanks, bud. And she hugs him.
Yeah.
That just crushes Drew. You can see, even the audience, you heard him basically.
They knew immediately. And then out she goes. And Drew blames himself in part. He realizes he shouldn't have done swing music.
So
he puts on some reggaeton and he's just dancing. Yeah, I like the idea of Drew being a big reggae guy.
I guess I can't imagine Drew smoking weed though. I don't know what. I feel like that's just not really his.
Which is crazy because we know current day Drew is on a bunch of drugs.
Yes.
All the time.
He's had the
allegedly.
best. He's allegedly had the most eye-opening, amazing drug experience.
Yeah. He's done peyote and stuff. Have you ever seen, I don't want to get into it right now because I haven't seen it recently, but he does a This Is Not Happening, the Comedy Central sort of stand-up story thing on YouTube.
Yes.
And he does a story about taking a bunch of drugs at, I think, Electric Daisy Carnival, the EDC Fest out in Vegas. Yeah. Man, crazy shit, dude. Yeah.
Well, have you watched the thing they did about what he takes before he gets on The Price is Right?
No.
Before he gets behind the mic?
The
guy takes 2 tabs of acid.
Yeah.
Yeah. This comes out there.
I can't tell if you're being real or not right now.
Fucking rough.
I don't know.
That'd be
crazy if he's hosting it on acid.
Yeah.
Every time the guy, what's the yodel game? And the guy falls, he starts just no. Every time we gotta call the police.
That's good.
I wish I knew. Oh, Plinko. I'm trying to think of any other Price is Right games. I know.
Plinko or.
I mean, I feel like a lot of them are just hey, what's the price of beans? That's kind of the vibe on the Price is Right.
Or is they'll give you numbers and they'll be like, which one matches the dining set? And they'll be like, I don't know, man.
$740, Drew.
It's either $740 or it's $880, and I'm like, who gives? I'm like, we're $100 difference, my guy.
Right.
And they never adjust for inflation. What's that about?
Well, now they're going to have to adjust for tariffs. Oh, man, I can't wait for them to tackle that in the next season of The Price is Right.
All the old ladies at home, the prices on this show have gotten outrageous. I can't even watch it anymore.
It's just all okay, so we got thumbtacks. Well, what do we think that's going for? But yeah, Drew's not done with Sharon.
No.
He realizes, he's not out of this game. He really thinks the reggae could turn things around.
Yeah.
So he calls her back later that night, and he's like, "Oh, how's the date going?" And it's then that he realizes the date's still going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she picks up, and he's like, "Oh, well, if you don't mind, I just have a little emergency. There's a broken pipe down in my basement.
Yep.
Could you come and fix it?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't know. It's good
So
work."
she's going to leave her date. Now she's the one working late.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Sharon.
Man, we love a role reversal. But yeah, so she agrees to, and then this is where Drew
Drew
realizes,
changes from his robe to like cool clothes.
Yeah.
They described it
well,
as cool
but
clothes.
we realize also he's actually got to break a fucking pipe.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
So he takes a baseball bat and he runs downstairs, and then the next scene, it's cool guy Drew.
He's put cool clothes on. He's put on the reggae music. He put like a little sheet over a lamp to give it like a different lighting.
He's got candles lit in the front. He's really setting a mood here. Yeah, for this lady that he's known for, I'm going to say 48 hours.
Right.
Women, you'll do crazy things for women.
Yeah, you'll go bust a pipe and then put on a reggae music. So she comes in and, well, no, she doesn't come in yet. The gang comes in. There's a knock at the door. The gang comes in.
Yeah.
And they're like, we know what's going on here.
Well, but they're back because I just want to say they broke all the Easter eggs. I guess Pinky was driving or was like a backseat driver essentially, and she freaked out because she thought there was a giant crucifix in the middle of the road.
There was a 400-foot Jesus in the road.
Right, but it's just a 4-inch Jesus on Kate's dashboard.
Yeah.
So they had to basically go back to get a bunch of new eggs.
Yeah.
And they realize immediately what Drew's trying to do. He's setting a sexy tune, sexy mood.
And then I don't remember how they get to the basement and actually found out that they broke.
Well, I think Speedy comes by.
And he's wet.
And he rinses off. And Drew's like, "How did you get so soaked? There's no rain outside." And then he realizes it must be the basement. So they go into the basement. And Drew has broken a pipe to make sure that, there's something there when Sharon gets there. But it's escalated, I think is the way to put it.
He said he put a tiny hole in there, which, but it
the
has
hole has
escalated to a very substantial leak.
They all go down to the basement, and it's essentially waist high water.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then we've never really been in the basement before.
No, we've known about the basement. Drew has gone there. Larry lived there for a couple days. Down there. But we haven't seen it. And we didn't really see much of it this time either because of the water.
Yeah, but Oswald apparently had weights down there. So Oswald's like, my weights, I don't want them to rest.
He's worried about his bare barbells. So
he can't.
We get these scenes where it's, I guess, filmed obviously on a different set, but it's all fully like engrossed underwater. We see Oswald dive down to get his barbells, and he's trying to lift them up, but they won't move.
There's a point where Lewis gets tangled up in a hose, and he has to like cut it with a knife.
He thinks it's a snake, I think, and he like, tries to cut, and then Drew's like, "You cut my goddamn hose!"
Yeah. Or there's Drew has to save his dad's Playboys.
Yes. He's so worried. He's losing so much, prized family photos, his only picture of grandma. And then Lewis is like, "Oh, how about your dad's Playboys?" And he throws all that shit out of his hands and he goes to rescue these Playboys.
That's a crazy reaction to get your dad's porn.
Especially when you have a lady coming.
Yeah.
That you're trying to he knows how it's going to go at this point, I guess.
But when it's something about it being your dad's porn.
Yeah.
I don't want any part. I don't want to know what he's into. I know it's just like, it's not like crazy, right? It's not the same as like today, like if you knew what your dad's search history was, that would be unhinged. Like this is like, oh yeah, sure, he was into Miss November or whatever the fuck. Right. So it's just
Foxy Brown.
Yeah. But I don't know. I was like,
still, that's his.
It was quite a bit of
his
porn
hands were
too.
On it. Yeah, well, no, that's the thing. They say it's like 300 pounds of pornography. It's he raises it the same way a woman would raise a car if her child was stuck underneath it. That's what they say. I think he really values his dad's pornography.
Anyway,
they're very fun visual gags. It breaks the sort of mold of just kind of the traditional stuff. It's water sports. We get water sports on the Drew Carey Show.
And we get even more once Sharon arrives.
Oh, yeah.
Sharon arrives to fix the pipe.
And she's like, holy shit.
So what happened? And she like kind of disperses the gang to go, get a hold of each other.
Yeah.
Oswald to go handle Kate, who's been trying to find the shutoff valve and undoing sprinklers, and then Lewis to go, I don't know, just get the sump, maybe get the sump pump or something.
Sump pump, that sounds right.
Anyway, Drew's like, oh, it's time. He goes right into flirtatious mode. Meanwhile, she's like, okay, working.
We have a situation.
Yeah, she takes her pipe wrench. She, shuts something off by the leak. She wraps it up. And at this point, Drew is trying to put the moves on.
Yeah, he's sweet talking. She's not interested. Then he's like trying to impress her by doing backstrokes. And
yes,
doesn't work. So my favorite, he decides to do like a human fountain sort of routine. He swallows some water and squirts it out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And she's like, I should let you know, some of this is probably sewage.
Yep.
Immediately just pukes the rest of it out.
And then he rolls on over in a big inflatable boat.
Big old raft.
Yes, playing
an accordion. This is, I wanted to ask you, she makes fun of his accordion playing and being like, it's been a while clearly since you've played that.
Yeah.
You know how to play the accordion.
Yeah.
Was that bad, accordion playing?
I thought it was good casual accordion playing.
It was
comparable to his trumpet skills, right?
Sure.
Like, frankly, my time on the accordion was so limited, it was probably even worse than that.
Interesting.
That was acceptable. He had a few tunes in there.
Yeah.
And as we know, he does know how to play it.
He's no Weird Al Yankovic.
But
he's working his way.
Yeah.
Clearly, do we think that was actually him doing it? I know
100%.
This is what we asked about the trumpet too, and I think the answer is yes.
Yeah. Well, I think I said early on in this podcast, the fun fact was he does know how to play the accordion. Mm-hmm. He is like an accordion. I don't want to say master.
He's from Cleveland. They got that sort of polka, Polish vibe.
That's sort of their energy. So it was pretty good, I thought. But
acceptable polka playing.
He was playing this Spanish song that I know. It's like I know this song.
Yeah.
Like it's one of these songs that gets stuck in my head before. So hearing him sing it, I felt validated because I was like, what random like Spanish restaurant did I walk into where they were fucking playing this? It was
the same
locked
place,
into my memory.
Same place Drew went to.
No, apparently, yeah. Either Drew Carey went to the same place or apparently it's a thing. It's a song.
No, it is a song. I know that song as well. I could not tell you what it's called or the lyrics. But I think it's like somebody up in the city. I don't know why I think that's the end of it. I don't know. If you know what we're talking about,
write us
and let us know. I'm sure Elias is already on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He tried his best. Sharon, though, is completely unimpressed with all of this and realizes, too, what has happened here, that he must have been a maniac to break his own pipes just to have her come over and try to, So she calls him out on this and he like sheepishly is like, yeah, no, I did. Yeah, no, I wanted that.
Yeah.
So, and she's like, listen, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to charge you full price, and then I'm never going to see you again.
Yeah.
And you know what? Respect to her. She sets boundaries very well,
Yes.
I think you just
She
can't
immediately was like, this is too much for me.
So
but Drew shot his shot.
Drew shot his shot. He tried his best. And then we get an interesting moment at the very end of this where Kate comes down. She overheard all of that upstairs and she's like, hey, Captain, can I come in? She's trying to cheer him up.
Yeah.
And there's a point where Drew's like, listen, I don't want you to tell Oswald I asked this, but if it was just me and you in this boat and we were actually, at sea, would you let me play you a song on the accordion?
Yeah.
And she goes, absolutely not, but we could have sex.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, what an interesting. I'm sure she's just being cute.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But there's all this, we still have the tension of the will they, won't they, what's going on.
Yeah, she's being a good friend, but the sex thing, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Very blunt to just say it.
Well, she did before that say like, I would think if you did all this for me, I would, be. She didn't say be with you forever, but it was something along those lines, right?
This is the same season where they went on vacation together, and we had that whole issue of Drew not knowing. But then that resolved itself as well. And Drew was, the guy who was like, no, Oswald, please enjoy the hotel room. I'm gonna go get lost on the beach.
Right.
So.
Anyway.
I don't know. I'm just, as we get to the end here and, with this marriage in sight for Oswald and Kate.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if it actually happens.
Right.
You know,
I
I'm
am
getting weird signals from Kate, and I do in the next episode as well.
Right.
A little bit.
I wanted, before we get to the next episode, I want to just talk about this credit scene because I thought it was very funny. It's that same inflatable raft, but now Lewis is there as the captain, just smoking a cigar. I thought it was a joint for a minute, and I
really did too, because they did talk about smoking ganja earlier
with the
when
reggae
Drew was
music.
playing reggae. Yeah.
But no, he's actually smoking like a cigar, and then Oswald pops out in like a Jason mask and scares him. And then at some point realizes like he accuses Lewis of nibbling on his feet in the water. Lewis is like, how am I nibbling? I'm here in the raft, and then I'm assuming it's a shark, but something pulls Oswald under and he fights it, and he drowns. The end? I don't really know. But there's some dumb little bit there.
Yeah, and then Oswald's dead, and we never see him again.
Yeah, that's how we resolve Oswald. I thought it was a fun little visual.
Yeah, it is. It was good.
On to the next one.
The next episode, like I said, I get some more Drew dating relationship issues.
Right. It's the dating consultant is what it's called.
Which I didn't know. We'll get into it, but I really didn't know that this was like
a thing.
This service. I know that there are dating services, obviously. I just watched that one movie, Materialists.
Oh, how was that? She's not. This is different.
It's
she's
different.
Like a matchmaker.
She's a matchmaker.
Right?
So what I'm getting at is, I know there's like services for people who, I don't know, just can't figure it out on an app or just go, meet someone. Look, it's hard. It's a big world. I get
Materialists, again, we're going to talk about a current movie.
Paying for a service.
But Materialists is like designed for like wealthy people.
Yes.
Right. So,
this
not
was
true.
This seems $250. I mean, I don't know how many classes you get, but that's what
I'm sure a matchmaker in Manhattan, though, you'd be paying so much fucking money. Yeah.
But it's also, they're incentivized to get good candidates.
Sure, because of the price.
So they want they want like wealthy people, because people want to date wealthy people.
Right. Why can't they just go on Raya? I thought there already is a dating wealthy people app. Why do you need Dakota Johnson to
Raya's
do it for
the
you?
one where you need like a rec, right?
Right. Raya's the one where
reference.
it's supposed to be like wealthy famous people recommending other wealthy famous people, so us plebes can't go dating outside of our pool.
Yeah. I like the world that we live in now. We can just
where the wealthy people just have their own world, their own subsection of apps.
Right.
Yeah. I never really see any big people on there whenever I see people talking about it. Like I saw the Spencer, the older brother from iCarly, is on there. I see screenshots of him every so often.
Is it really just like famous people?
It's supposed to be, but
there's got to be like fringe, like,
listen,
I'm just
I know people that are like assistants at talent agencies that are on it. And like respectfully, no, you're not fucking famous.
No.
You just manage like some pundits hits. That's all you do.
That makes sense to me. That it's those kinds of people getting
absolutely.
together.
Yeah. But it's also Spencer from iCarly. Anyway, shout out whoever the fuck that is. I can't remember his name.
So
the dating consultant.
We start in the upstairs of the Warsaw, and we're interviewing roommates. Lewis is interviewing roommates because, as we remember,
Oswald's
off and living with Kate.
Yes.
So
that had already happened before, right?
Yeah. But we're just now trying to figure out who the hell's going to live with Lewis.
And it's not just Lewis trying to figure this out. Oswald is personally investing himself into finding Lewis's next roommate.
He's also interviewing these candidates.
Right. He's very concerned that Lewis finds the right guy to live with.
Yeah.
Or person, I guess. But we only see a man. It's a very sort of like schlubby bro-like dude that's trying to live with Lewis.
Yeah, that like, I don't know, he looks like he doesn't read.
No. Looks like he has an office job and just sort of hangs out.
Oh, I can drink beer? I'm just looking for a place
He's really
to drink
enthralled
beer.
with the idea that this is an apartment above a bar.
And
Lewis
drink a beer.
tries to sell it to him. He's like, yeah, no, you want beer? Look at this. And he opens the little fridge thing on the left side of their apartment. He's like, hey, throw one up. And he catches a beer.
Let there be beer.
Let there be beer. Yeah. And no, he's like really into it. But I guess then he makes some sort of like weird off-color joke. Oh, they're looking at a lady sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
And he makes some weird joke, and I can't remember what it is, but
It
Oswald
was something
doesn't
about
like
a
it.
gin fizz. I don't. It was some like I don't know.
This is supposed to be a cum joke.
See, I thought the bit here was that it was a joke that was over their heads. And then they were like, look at this guy making stupid jokes like that. Yeah.
Like they're too dumb to get it.
They're
so
too
they're
dumb to
offended
get
by
yeah,
it.
yeah. But
Interesting.
I honestly didn't listen to the joke, so I don't
See,
know.
I like that you thought it was more highbrow because I thought it was more lowbrow, and that was why they were offended. But these guys aren't offended by lowbrow comedy.
No, I think the joke is it was eyebrow. And
Yeah. No.
But
so
anyway.
Oswald turns this guy away after the joke. He's basically like, yeah, we'll be in touch, and pushes him out.
And then Mimi shows upstairs with Mr. Wick.
Yes. Mimi kind of chilling, pretty sober. Mr. Wick hammered.
Yes.
Beyond belief.
Yeah. She just dumps him on their couch or the bar seats, whatever it is.
Right. She's like, I liked how she introduced it. She, they're trying to be like, what the hell are you doing? And she goes, move out of the way, hardly boys. That's a fun little.
Good. She's good for a line like that.
No, she always is. But yeah, no, she's dropping him off at his apartment because obviously he can barely stand up. And she wants to go see what other options are available at the Warsaw for her. She's not just going to, she's done settling for sleeping with Mr. Wick.
Yeah.
She's moving on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, she didn't take advantage of Mr. Wick. Good for her.
Good for her. So yeah, then we go down to the Warsaw and we see Drew. He's trying to hit on a woman at the bar.
Yeah.
And she stops him right away. And she's like, listen, I just don't think this is going to work. And he goes, oh, you got a boyfriend? She goes, no, I'm a professional.
Yeah.
And Drew's like, oh, I'm scaring away the clientele. And she goes, no, I'm a dating consultant, basically.
Yes.
And Drew is still confused by what this means. So he's like, listen, lady, if you're a hooker, you got to tell me.
Yeah.
And she kind of scoffs at it and she goes, no, but the way that you're interacting with me, you would do really well with hookers.
And the audience didn't laugh at this.
Right.
And
I thought it was a great line.
I was like, that's an awesome line.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the funniest line of the scene.
Absolutely.
But the audience did not get it.
Because the audience, I think, is pro Drew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can't laugh at him at his expense.
They're still learning to laugh at Drew.
But anyway, she's a dating consultant. And I guess what this basically means is she's going to observe his social interactions and sort of evaluate how he could perform better in a date environment.
Yeah.
I guess that seems like very like 80s, 90s.
Over compensating, trying to solve a fucking problem. It's crazy.
If I have a degree and I don't know what to do with it, so I'm going to apply it to sad men. That seems to be the energy going on.
Exactly.
But anyway, so Drew's like, I'm probably not interested. But he takes her card.
Yeah. And then Mr. Wick falls through the ceiling.
Yes. He looks at Carey in the eyes and he goes, Lewis, your toilet has a problem. So I guess he was trying to take a shit.
He was going to take a shit.
And just fell through the ceiling.
Now that's what I wanted to see. It's just a big old shit come through the ceiling of the Warsaw.
That can't be sanitary. Man, that's got to break so many health code violations. Just dropping a turd from the roof.
Yeah.
Cat on a hot tin roof. Is that anything? I don't know. But yeah, no. So that's how we exit this scene. Post titles, we get Drew back at his house.
Yes, we in the house on a Saturday
night, 8 o'clock.
PM.
My man's finishing all his ironing.
This is crazy to me when he said this, because to me, and I know people like my dad used to do the ironing after he did the laundry.
Right.
Whenever he was working, he would iron his shirts and put them in the closet. That's why he didn't. But I do, I guess, so little ironing.
Yeah.
That I only iron on a need to iron basis.
Right. I don't even own an ironing board anymore. I left it with you when I moved out.
Yeah,
so
I don't
even
have it.
I have no
I was
need to
actually
iron.
so stoked that you left it because I really wanted the.
I just, me, my dress code is just so not anything that would need to be ironed, really, that if I needed it, I would just, Yeah. So Drew's finishing his ironing. It's a hot and busy Saturday night. I got to be honest here. Now, I am in a loving relationship, as you are. I feel like, I don't know about you, I have very boring Saturday nights sometimes. I could see myself
100%.
ironing at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. And
I don't know if I would
content.
ever be caught ironing, but I've certainly been doing laundry.
Yeah.
Again, ironing for me is like I really needed to do it.
Yeah.
But I guess laundry's in the same Venn diagram.
That's what I was thinking. Because again, as I said, I don't have an ironing board.
Yeah.
But I could see myself having a very domestic Saturday.
Definitely Friday nights even too. Honestly, I'm more often or not it's a Friday night for me because I'm a lot more tired on a Friday after a work week.
Long work week.
I just feel like we'll maybe watch a movie and do some laundry, something like that.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's just like it's because he's single. It's because he's a sad, lonely man doing sad, lonely things.
Yeah,
that this is an issue. Or I don't know if it's like a generational thing. I don't know. Drew had a phone, he'd be fine.
Yeah.
Give Drew Carey a smartphone.
Just give Drew dude, if they gave Drew an iPhone in this world, this show would suck. It would just be Drew looking at reels.
Well, this episode wouldn't exist. It would just be Drew on Tinder swiping.
Yeah, Drew's doing just fine.
Yeah. No, Drew's just every other guy in Cleveland if he has an iPhone. But no, he's ironing on a Saturday night.
He ironed his shoelaces.
Yeah, he thinks he's all done, and he takes off his shoe and he takes the laces out. Yeah,
yeah.
I thought it was going to be a weird suicide joke that I wasn't ready for. But Kate comes in. Oh, by the way, Kate starts giving him a bunch of shit, being like, "Oh, what are you doing? You're doing all your ironing on a Saturday night?
Fuck off,
what are
Kate.
You doing?
He's having a hard. Yeah, why? What are you here just
Where's
bugging
Oswald?
Drew?
What are you doing? So
why don't you go do something more interesting?
Why don't you iron? No, we're not going to go there.
Yeah.
Make me a sandwich. It's very 2008. All of a sudden, it's a Hot Topic T-shirt.
But yeah, she
walks in and she's kind of like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm ironing, and I'm also watching a war movie.
Yeah,
but it's not really a war movie. It's like a Shirley Temple song and dance movie.
It's Shirley Temple, and he's like, oh, he's a Confederate general, and he's and
she's going to try to make him make up by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Drew then kind of, asks Kate her advice about this dating consultant thing. And he kind of, at the front, he's like, I'm interested in the idea, but the problem is it's $250.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, to put up to just try to.
Back then, for just like, I don't know, just a maybe. Like, the pitch was awful.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you go on a date and I'm going to watch how you do it. I'm going to observe.
Yeah.
How could anyone perform in those sort of situations?
I would be terrible. And it's not even including the cost of the date. Dating and relationships.
Like I still got to pick up the bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you got to pick up the bill for the people watching you too?
Right. Oh, that would be awful. I didn't even think about that.
You're paying for 4 people.
Yeah. God. Well, if you want to seem like a good guy, you probably have to. It changes the environment too. I mean, we'll get to it in a bit, but it changes the environment when you add 2 other people to a date.
It doesn't work. So Kate does this sort of like practice date here.
Yeah, like a role play sort of situation.
Like a role play situation, which goes back to my earlier thing. Like, it's still like this, like, will they, won't they thing with them. It's just like
she's willing to put herself in the situation of Drew girlfriend.
Yes, Drew girlfriend,
and she's basically like, okay, well, try to like tell me how you would start a date, and he's like, I like your haircut. I think it's real nice.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see your face.
You can see more of your face. And she's like, what is that supposed to mean? Is my face just bulging out of my haircut? He's like, no, that's not what and like she basically just spirals and goes crazy about her appearance.
Yeah, she's like, oh, do I got a big face? Oh, I got a big ass. Yeah, like she kind of like makes it a whole
projects.
Yeah, and then Drew does have a remark about her toboggan feet. So
yeah. Anyway, she's like, I understand why women wouldn't want to date you.
Yes.
That's basically what she gets out of it. So Drew at this point is like, yeah, you know what? Maybe it's worth investing in the consultant. So we go to the Warsaw the next day. We get a moment before the Drew part of it where Mimi and Oswald are together.
Yeah.
And Mimi plants a seed in Oswald's brain that Kate is interested in Drew. And she makes up this lie about seeing them,
at work.
And then fucking around.
By the copy machine or something. And like Kate was doing this thing with her hands.
She does this gesture.
And that was such a weirdly specific thing, but then Oswald's like, that's my Katy Bear. That's what she does.
And then we realize that Mimi's like, all right, well, I'm going to get out of here. I was lying to you just to get information on how Kate has sex.
Yes.
So I can make fun of her at the office.
Good on Mimi, though, for clocking it a mile away.
Oh, yeah.
With
absolutely.
the hand thing.
Yeah. Drew shows up after this point, and he's arriving with the date consultant. So it's the original woman that he stopped at the bar, and there's just some other guy. And he's like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Is this going to be awkward? Like, what do I tell her? And she's like, oh, just tell her that we're colleagues from out of town that are just, here. So you don't know us well.
This is what's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Is that it's not even like Drew was set up on a date by these people. Drew had to go get himself a date. Mm-hmm. And then now he's got to introduce this third party to it. Right. Without her even knowing on the night of the date. Like, that's...
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot for Drew.
Is this like a real... I know, service? Again, it's a sitcom, but like, is this like a real service? Or would people just introduce like a third party like that?
Yeah. I have no idea. It seems very unrealistic.
Yeah.
But I can't tell if it's just because we're 30 years removed from it.
Yeah,
that it seems crazy. I'm sure in all the there were so many people in the 90s that needed help dating.
Yeah.
So many people now that need help. Let's bring them back.
Yeah. By the way, these people are going to watch us eat and talk.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you. This is just don't worry about her actually. She's just here.
I'm just very sad.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just very sad and rich for some reason. I have $250.
Yeah.
We're still at the Warsaw. We're back up in the apartment, though, and
before that, I will say it immediately goes bad because Drew's like, oh, what do you want to drink? And she's like, I don't drink.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how I know. I was like, oh, well, this is
not for him to begin with.
Anyway. So we go upstairs at the Warsaw, and Wick stumbles up. Lewis was jumping around upstairs because he's happy living alone.
He's enjoying isolation, basically. Yeah. He's like sing-songing, sort of like, I live alone so I can pee with the door open. Like
imagine
different things
you
like that.
live above the most happening place in Cleveland, Ohio.
The only bar in Cleveland, Ohio.
And you live alone. Mm-hmm. That's probably a fun life.
I can do what I want. He can do whatever he wants. Yes. It's true. So he's sing-songing, jumping around on his couch, drinking expired milk, doing all this stuff.
Then Wick rolls up,
and he's there, but no Mimi. It's with another woman, and he's not as drunk this time, but he is a little tipsy.
Yeah,
and he's like, I don't think I'm in a place where I can drive myself home.
Yeah,
can I stay the night with this woman here? And Lewis immediately is like, no. What you want is you just want a place to have a one-night stand with this woman and then, get out of here.
Yeah, and he was like, one night's a long time. I was thinking maybe an hour or two. So
just keep it in cash.
Yeah.
So Lewis is in game. And then Mr. Wick goes, well, would $50 change your mind?
Yeah.
And Lewis goes, $20 would have changed my mind. $50 will get you a photographer.
And then 100 will get you no photographer.
There you go.
So,
yeah.
Lewis gets $100. Now he's just renting out his room by the hour.
Yeah.
That's not a bad gig if you're Lewis.
He's got a little motel going on.
I thought we were going to have more of this plot. We did not.
No.
This is pretty much where it ends.
Right. Well, I thought, we still haven't filled the room. I wonder if Wick ends up being his roommate somehow.
Well, in my head, I was like, is Wick going to pay rent? Because Wick makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Is he going to pay rent at the bar just so he has a place to fuck? I was like, okay.
That would have been a funny thing. You probably do need a place to, because he gets sloshed, my guy.
Yeah.
Like he's just drunk as a
0
skunk.
to 100.
Yeah. He's got no casual drinking, I think.
No.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's how those Englishmen do it.
Yeah. They know how to do it.
That's how they do it in the pubs.
Those knobheads.
Yeah, those fucking
Listen, knobhead.
If I want to have a swim in my own bin.
You were telling me about this TikTok or whatever that you saw
I don't know.
before.
If you guys haven't seen it, look it up. There's this guy during a heat wave in England sitting in his trash can he filled it up with water and he's just having a little cocktail. There's like a step stool next to it so he could get in.
Is it that big of a trash can? I mean, I guess I would need help getting into a trash can.
And this guy drives by and he starts accosting him and he's like, listen, knobhead, if I would have a swim in my own bin. It's really good.
Mr. Wick would have a swim in the bin.
Yes.
He wouldn't put up with any shit about it.
Yeah. Although he's a bit of a dandy.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
a bit of a dandy.
He might be at the leisure center.
The leisure center?
Yeah.
Do they pronounce it leisure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
The leisure
center. God damn it. They're so funny. I know they hate that you bring up because like they're just living their life, but British people, the words they have
hilarious.
for shit, y'all fucking rule.
Yeah, I love British comedy.
I'm still not
the
gonna
way you say words.
Yeah, the way you say things and the things you eat and just the lives you lead. I don't like soccer, but everything else I'm kind of on board with.
Soccer's terrible.
Yeah.
You guys fucked up. But
Soccer's terrible. It's weird that they've just got a king, right? Like, they're still over there and they've got a grown ass man who just sort of puts on a crown every morning and he's like, oh yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, fuck off, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, a guy you ostensibly don't have to listen to.
I'm on the money. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Who died and made you king? Your mom?
Yeah.
Weird.
You got to change. That's the other thing. That you got to change all the money.
Yeah, that's an annoying.
What the fuck?
I can't believe we lived through that where they were like, oh yeah, we got to get rid of the old hag money. Now we got to put the old man money.
And for how long?
Yeah.
And then you got to get new money.
You've seen his fingers? Philip's fingers? Is that King Philip, right? Or no?
No, Charles.
Charles, fuck me. King Charles's fingers?
Yeah.
They're like fucking sausages, dude. They're not as bad as yours.
mine.
Yeah. So Drew in the next scene has been through the full sort of dating counselor with her thing, and now he's going to a support class.
Yes.
They keep calling it something. Is it like eval dating or something? Like evaluate, value date?
Whatever, a value date. They keep calling it a value date. Meaning,
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Well, it's probably just evaluate and date. They're just being fun. It's a little portmanteau.
I really didn't pick. I literally spelled it value date. like they're getting a deal on this date.
Yeah.
Which, as we know, he's not. He paid $250 and
$250.
4 people's bills.
Yes. So he goes to this class session with them, and Kate drops him off, and then I think it's a sad sight. I will say it's filled with a bunch of like loser virgin nerds, as I would describe it. Yes. 2 of them immediately sort of zero in on Kate as like female, as fertile female, basically, and they come over to her and they start talking her ear off about Star Trek.
Yep.
Yeah, no good. Really bad.
They're all very stereotypical. The one's like a little hunchback. They're all in like the short sleeve collared shirts that are plaid, and
if they are wearing glasses, they're pushing them up.
And then if they aren't wearing glasses, they look like they should be wearing glasses.
There's a lot of squinting going on.
A
lot of squinting going on. Anyway, Kate leaves. She's just dropping Drew off, and then Drew sits down and they start going through the lesson. These guys are pretty hopeless if we see it.
But Drew's pretty cocky the second that he's in there.
Yeah.
Like the guys were coming up there and Drew's like, oh, I'm just one of those guys who doesn't realize how attractive he is or whatever, and he's and the guy's like, oh yeah, my mom says the same thing.
Yeah.
And I wish I could marry my mom is all the but Drew's trying to play it really cool. He's like, oh, these guys are like dorks.
Yeah.
And then they sit down for this lesson.
Yeah.
And
we get basically they volunteer Drew to kind of explain, or not explain, they want to explain what they saw of his experience.
Yeah, since he's the new guy, they decide to dissect his dates.
Yes.
They had a hidden camera,
right?
Which
That's
Drew
what
didn't
we
know
learned.
about.
Drew does not learn until we start rolling the footage. Drew, man, is a very bad date. I'll say it. I think he's a terrible date. We get this woman.
This is to me though. I will say I don't think this is not how Drew Carey dates.
No. Also,
Drew's
I don't
a
think
much better dater than this.
The question I have before we even get into the date: this isn't legal, right? To film somebody else. I mean, maybe it is, and he signed some shit and he didn't read it.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah. It's crazy. So anyway, this woman, Robin, is going out with Drew on this date.
Yeah.
And it's
the date from earlier.
Right. It's the same date from earlier. And it's this poor woman. Drew's like talking about, how he's been at the same job for 11 years and he doesn't really get paid well. And all of the class starts roasting him and being like, nah, man, you got to spin your job, spin while you're not making money, make the woman feel some type of way for you.
All these people that he had this superiority complex over, they're like, nah, man, that's like step 1 is spin.
They immediately are like, no, you're worse off than us.
Yeah, you don't know how to fucking do this.
We then get like a moment where Drew Drew thinks he sat in beer, so he asks the woman to smell his pants.
Yeah.
What's a stain on my pants? And like, just a really, it feels like he shit himself. Yeah. And like, this is how he gets off on it.
Right.
And then
So
finally,
anyway, the whole class is laughing at him at this point.
of course. It ends with Drew basically asking the woman before their salads come out, before the first course of their meal comes out, if she would be interested in a second date. And because of how poorly it has gone to this point, she's like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then we just see course over course him not engaging and like scowling at her.
Staring.
Yeah, staring.
And then
like,
one of the nerds
upset.
turns to him and he's like, don't ask for a second date before the salad arrives.
Yeah.
You idiot.
Don't you know?
Yeah.
So, Drew basically turns into a laughing stock and he gets up in front of the class and tries to defend himself.
Yeah. He's like, I was engaged once.
Yeah, and I've had sex with a woman, not in a chat room. And then they all stop laughing. Yeah. I want to just go back. The guy who was like, if you really did get a stain on your pants, you don't ask the woman to smell it. You call your mom and she brings you a new pair.
Fresh new. Yeah, that's the guy that wanted to marry his mom too.
Guy with his mom thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah, no, I know.
For some people.
I just had to answer a FaceTime call for my mom's birthday. I'm aware there's.
Your mom would bring you a new pair of pants.
She would absolutely bring me a new pair.
Your mom totally would.
And that's the problem. That's really that's the problem. Happy birthday.
So the next scene, they're back at the Warsaw,
right?
And something's up because Mimi's being nice to Drew,
right?
Immediately.
Well, I think she just realizes the trials and tribulations he has gone through.
Yeah, Drew is different.
Yeah, he's defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fair way to put it.
He's not his normal cocky, smug self. Not that he's ever cocky, but he does have some level of confidence.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about the Riz man.
So he doesn't like that Mimi's kind of like being nice to him. He's like, you're not even calling me names or anything.
It's actually what sets in that Drew's like, oh, I am in rough shape.
Right.
Things are bad.
Right. She's actually extending kindness to me.
Yeah.
So then Drew decides to do what anyone in his situation would do. Go to the Better Business Bureau and file a complaint with this dating company for publicly embarrassing him.
Yeah, because feels like he got ripped off $250 and they just laughed at him. I didn't know that the Better Business Bureau was a brick and mortar place.
I don't know if it is really. I mean, I guess all government offices have something.
But like the way he just showed up, like a doctor's office or something.
Right.
I was like, to me, it's like a people you file. I mean, obviously times were different, and I'm sure this is what it used to be. But like, it's like. Now you just like send an email or like you just write them. You fill out a form.
This whole thing's a text now.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything.
But he's like showing up to the shop and talking to a lady.
He's not the only one though. Before he goes in, there's a guy who's complaining about a razor. It's like the all hair razor. It's basically just a razor blade that rotates.
Yeah.
A trimmer that rotates. And he's got this big fucking bald spot on like the side of his head.
Right.
It's I like the idea that it's just like shitty and they couldn't do anything. She's like, oh, well, we'll call them and if they don't answer, we'll put them on our warning list. Just the complete incompetence of this Better Business Bureau. But nevertheless, Drew's going to try.
Yep.
Sits down. He starts to he gets sheepish and he's like, oh, is there like a man I could possibly talk to about this one?
Yeah.
And she assumes it's like an ED
it's a pretty
drug.
girl.
Yeah, it's a pretty woman. And Drew, she's like, oh, well, if it's an ED medication, there's a list we can put you on. We know about the issues.
Yeah.
And Drew's like, no, it's a dating thing. And he starts talking about himself in the same negative way he was on the date to begin with.
Yeah.
He's like,
immediately.
Oh, I've had this job for so long and I don't make a lot of money. And then we get this angel, not devil, I guess angel situation.
Yeah, just dork on his shoulder.
Advising him on how to go through.
Remember what the steps are. No, you got to spin it.
Don't blow it. She's cute.
And then Drew's spin for like, oh, I haven't been able to save any money. And it was like, It's because I spent all this money on like my dog's expensive surgery. And she's like, oh my God, I love dogs. And I'm like, yes, that's it. You did it.
He's roping him back in. Then he does this staring technique that the one nerd was talking about earlier, where he's like
stare for
making
5 seconds,
prolonged eye contact
for 5 seconds. Yeah,
he's counting 5 Mississippi in his head, trying to. And you know what? God damn it, it's working. It's really working for Drew Carey.
Yeah.
And the last thing he's like, you know what? Forget this. Do you guys want to go to lunch with me? And the woman's like, well, I packed my own, but you know what? Yeah, let's do that. And like he finally gets her, and she's getting his jacket or getting her jacket, and it looks like he's really got this all set. And
he's back in business.
And then all of a sudden, he kind of blows it.
Yeah, what was that about? The way he blew it.
Yeah, he gets very eager in the same way he kind of got eager on the date with the woman at the Warsaw.
This is just not the Drew I know.
Right. He gets very excited and tries to pitch like seeing some sort of scientific film on an IMAX screen.
Yeah, on this weekend. He's already setting up the second day.
Before they even left
Before
the
they
building
even
for
went
the
to go
first
get
one.
lunch.
Yeah. So, she's immediately kind of turned off by the idea of, first of all, just seeing a scientific IMAX thing with Drew, but also just, his eagerness.
Yeah.
And, she's like, oh, I forgot we have a rule. Employees aren't allowed to date you.
Yeah. Just like
fucking harsh.
gut punch.
Yeah. Great punchline, though, to end the whole thing.
And then we're back at class because Drew gave up.
Yeah. So Drew ends up not dating. He ends up dancing with one of those nerds.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's grinding on me again.
Yeah.
And,
Theodore.
I don't know how long he's going to be stuck grinding with Theodore, but I hope not too long.
Yeah.
Poor Drew. He's really out to sea with this whole back to dating
thing. He's just lost his whole way.
Yeah.
He used to have it. He had game.
Not anymore.
And then the credit scene for this ep was just we're back at Lewis's place above the Warsaw, and Lewis is just pretending he's a robot.
Right, back to the I can do whatever I want. He's dressed as a robot, and just like Wick at the beginning, he falls through the ceiling down to the bar, and he talks to Oswald's sitting there, and he goes, "Hey, buddy, how's it going for the apartment hunt?" And he goes, "Oh man, it's real bad. A lot of these people are wackos."
Yeah,
just complete unaware. So
I feel for Drew right now, man.
Right. It's you know what though, this is the classic sort of dating comedy that you would have expected from the Drew Carey show.
Yeah.
He wasn't built for a married life,
No.
Yeah. We need him being a schmuck, trying his best and failing upward.
Yeah. He just wasn't this bad before. It's quite a pivot.
Yeah. I think he must just be so heartbroken over how this last situation ended because
that it just scrambled his brain.
Yeah, and he's just so excited. He wants to get back to that place of engagement and commitment, and that's my read on it.
But he's just such a bad date now.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking awful. But
I hope you figure it out, buddy. We'll be there for the ride.
Well, he's got 4 more episodes left to figure it out, or I guess another 5 seasons.
The other seasons.
But
we'll be here for years.
Yeah, we'll be here. We're going to be skeletons podcasting, and Drew will still be unmarried.
Yeah.
But c'est la vie. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of Cleveland Rocks. If you'd like to follow us on Instagram, you can. Instagram.com/Cleveland Rocks Podcast. Oh, if you want to email us, you can email us too at clevelandrockspodcast@gmail.com. I made a dumb little TikTok this week that sort of kind of got like 2,000 views. I'm not going to say it blew up. That's
pretty good.
I'm trying to figure out who the fuck won the What's Wrong with This Episode contest.
If you know,
or if you have a connection to somebody who knows, we heard from people who won like some things like a shirt or like a script that was signed from people, but I want to know who won the grand prize and if they actually made it onto the show. So
yes.
If you know, email us or clevelandrockspodcast@gmail. You can DM us on Instagram, whatever. I think that's all we got.
That's it, guys.
Thanks for listening. See you in the next one.
Bye.